It is the Bet Like Mike show, WinDailySports.com. We're back. It's Tuesday. And if the show is anything like it was before when Mike and I are just BSing around, it's going to be a good show today. Mike, how are you? I see you slicking the hair back. Look at you. Yeah, looking good.
BSing around like in the 60s, 70s. You can't say that no more. BSing around, I don't think, on terrestrial radio. What's going on, everybody? Check out the border. You know, Johnny J, Jon Jansen, as I call him, Johnny J. Of course, yours truly, Mike North here. A 3-1 night last night for me, 1-2 for you, John. We win as a team, 4-3 all together. I had the basketball game, Clippers, with the Clipper win. I also took them on the money line. I had a huge night last night, and I had the under, which I had to sweat out a little bit. But you know what? And you had a big win with the Colorado win, an underdog win, paying about 130, 135. So once again, we come back. We shook off the rust from yesterday's show. We're just having the time of our lives, and we're talking about things and other things and stuff and such as things like that, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what we're doing, right, my friend? I mean, it's
Absolutely.
good to be back. How many shows you do yesterday?
Oh gosh, I did like 3 shows yesterday. I'm not easing myself in, you know. I can't go full throttle. I got to ease myself back into things.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to ease ourselves into things by saying that, you know, I watched the Philly game. I mean, you had a big lead. I know you're a Philadelphia 76er fan.
Yep.
I have nothing against them. But the Joe Embiid for MVP stuff, and then when he has a good half, everything's fine. When he has a bad half, his meniscus is bothering him, his knees bothering him. Let's make up our mind. Is he hurt or not? I mean, because I just think he had a bad half of basketball. He's a warrior. I think the guy has picked up my respect level this year. But when people tell me he's the big guy on that team and he played like 55, 56 games this year, which automatically disqualifies you as MVP, I would rather for the Bulls, for instance, have Ben Simmons than Joe Embiid. Defensive player, a top 5 easily. Wingspan, doesn't hit the 3, so what? Can get better with free throws. But wouldn't it hurt Philly more to lose Ben Simmons next year than Joe Embiid? Because you can't count on Embiid.
Well, Embiid's a special player. I mean, that guy is really the heartbeat of that team. And as you've seen, when he goes 0 for 12, though, in that second half, that's obviously a big deal. And look, this torn meniscus, it's something that's going to linger, and it's not going to affect him all the time, but I think it is going to affect him in games. And we saw that this game. I think the entire game, he looked okay in the first half, but he didn't look anything like he did in the last 2 games. This is something that's just going to continue to plague him. But that's something to worry about for the Sixers, though. That's not something that they can just throw away to the wayside.
Simmons next year or Embiid? Because Embiid
a lot of things. I love both players, but Joel Embiid is a special player. That's a special scorer.
But he doesn't. He can't be depended on, John. I know you like him, and I respect the guy, but he's always been injury prone. Ben Simmons, to me, has still got some ceiling to him. He can get better, no doubt about it. But for my Bulls, and I know it would be nice to have either guy, I would go for Ben Simmons just based on health. I mean, what I'm saying?
Yeah. Availability obviously is something that, is a skill, but I still think when available, though, there's just not too many players better than Joel Embiid. He's a great defender as well. He's one of the better scorers in the league for a guy that's 7 foot tall. He's a great free throw shooter. Ben Simmons is an okay scorer. Ben Simmons to me is a great facility. Ben Simmons reminds me,
and he's a great defensive player.
Yeah, fantastic defensive player. Yeah.
So I mean, you know what? We're talking apples and oranges. Anyway, you know what? They didn't show up in the second half. Trae Young went off. When he goes off, you're not going to be able to beat that team because the other guys just get better. I hate that floater. By the way,
what a weird. Just I hate the shot. I hate the shot selection.
Nobody's allowed in the paint if I'm the coach of the defense. You get your ass kicked. You just get knocked to the floor. But then again, you'd probably be thrown out of the game. I
thought the Sixers did still do well on Trae Young. It's just that they couldn't score. The Sixers themselves couldn't score in the second half.
And Trae Young hit some pertinent shots where, you know what? I mean, it's a hell of a series, no doubt about it. Now, let's talk real quick about what they're finally going to get rid of because of Trae Young and because of James Harden. They're going to get rid of the fake shot, shot where you draw the foul. Thank you, dear Lord. Why did it take you so long? Why did you wait this long? It should have been gone the first year that they tried this stuff. It's really going to cost James Harden, although James Harden is a player that can go to the hoop and do a lot of things. I think it's going to hurt other guys, the smaller guys like Curry or like Young, guys like that.
I think Trae Young mostly. Curry still has the 3-point shooting that he can rely on always.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just so happy about that, and it's going to make the game so much better. I mean, the nonsense the guy would jump into you, and then you'd throw it this way or that way, and they'd count it as a shot. It's about time that the Board of Governors got a hold of that, and you know what? Thank God they did. I mean, the way that it's been ruled has just been absolutely ridiculous. Most of the I saw it last night. Sometimes it benefits you as a gambler. I mean, that's the bottom line. And I saw it in the Clipper game. It helped me in the Clipper game.
Seen a lot in the Hawks-Sixers series. Trae Young is probably suspect number one when it comes to that. Like, he is example A. He is the reason why they're looking at a rule like this. I mean, he's one of those that jumps into you sideways. He'll do everything to get a foul or draw one.
All right, now let's talk about this. Back in the early days of the show, way back.
Early day, right? Yeah, years ago.
When you needed a vacation after a month and a half of me, for God's sake. The hair's just not right today. It's falling. I didn't put enough hairspray in, and I'm not too happy with it. I give it about a 6. I wish I had your cap. All right, so anyway, I want to tell you, we talked, and I had due respect for the hitting coach. He was a mythical figure to me by the time you got done talking about him, the guy that you visit with. But you talked about how much stronger they were and how much faster they were and how they threw so hard. And I told you, no, they got something. Something's going on. Something's wrong, just like it did with Clemens and steroids. And now we find out the biggest culprits are the biggest money makers in the spin doctrine, if you will, the lack of spin doctrine. Hits are up 18%, runs are up 11% since they said they're going to crack down, John, on the grip things that they were using. I'm sure that the umpires are not going to enforce it like they should. I think it's more of a deterrent right now until somebody gets caught.
Yeah, this spider tack stuff that everybody's talking about. I mean, it's something, obviously, if it wasn't helping, they wouldn't be using it, so it's helping them out. I think eventually, though, once pitchers get comfortable again without it, and this is something that's been going on for decades. You know, this is something that's handed down from baseball generation to baseball generation is, you know, using foreign substances while pitching. I think once, though, they kind of get around to it and start getting comfortable with it, I think pitching's going to be fine. Is it going to be as dominant as it was? I have no idea, but we're seeing as these numbers come in, we obviously saw that it had an effect, but eventually still, I think pitchers are going to dominate and still are in ways dominating like they were.
Yeah, but the weather's got to play in this too.
That's absolutely right. There are so many different factors to all of this. We're 3 months into the season, so hitting is probably caught up at this point now too. Hitters feel comfortable.
I know you're a hardworking guy, and you got 3 different places where you live: New Jersey, New York, Philly. Who knows where you lay your head at night?
Nobody knows where I'm at.
Yeah, exactly right. But the weather is miserable. We know that in Chicago and in Philly and in New York, a lot of the East Coast and Midwest, Kansas City. Oh, by the way, nice win by my Detroit Tigers last night. We've talked about them, how they're going to be an upcoming team. Looking forward to watching them next year. That might be the White Sox opposition. White Sox lose a big game last night where they're playing a team that's above 500, Tampa Bay. They just know how to draft, and then once they get their players to a certain point, they do get rid of them. I mean, Evan Longoria is still playing, for God's sake, in the major leagues. I saw him on San Francisco the other day. I just rubbed my eyes. I go, my God.
You know, the remarkable thing is that Buster Posey is on that team too. And for a catcher to still be playing as well as he is that far into his career, that is incredible. I still, because Joe Mauer couldn't last long. And look at where Buster Posey's at. Buster Posey has made this long career and a successful one. It's incredible what some of the players in San Francisco.
I know Joe Mauer's got all sorts of decorations, but I look at the second half of his career as disappointing. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
He didn't hit the home runs he was supposed to hit. When they moved to Target Field, he just did not hit the home runs. I have nothing against the guy. I mean, I always loved the way he acted professional, played good. He's not
a professional hitter. That dude was an insanely good hitter. Very good.
Yeah, I mean, he was a Will Clark type guy. I mean, you know, the guys that just got it done. And now, want to make apologies to the big soccer public. I was with some disparaging remarks until I decided.
You're a little harsh. You're a little harsh.
And John, I caught it on because you know me. When I have a winning day on the show, I watch it like 5-6 times.
Yeah.
I just, I can't cut in anymore like we used to. I got to watch the whole show, but that's okay because it's worth it. It's entertaining. But Slovakia, I think that was their name, was Slovenia. I want to thank you very much. You beat Poland. It wasn't Croatia, I bet, yesterday. It was them, and they won 2-1 in an upset, my friend.
Hey, there we go.
Upset. What can I tell you? You know what I mean? What can I tell you? So, now that we have reached the 10-minute mark, okay, I have something special for everybody out there.
No.
Okay?
I don't even know what this is. What is this? What's happening? What is it? Oh, no.
No, what do you think it is?
Oh, gosh.
First of all, turn your hat around.
Oh, I got to turn my hat around?
Just turn it around.
Okay. Turn my entire hat around.
I just want to see, do you have the hole in the head still?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. First of all, I'm going to give my guy, Johnny Jansen, who's done a great job cutting up things and doing everything like this, the Jokic cuts. Make sure you go to Twitter. Make sure you follow the show because we got, how many picks you got today?
I got 3 picks.
Okay. I got like 3 picks also. I got them in baseball. I got them nothing in basketball. Oh, I do have one in basketball tonight. Okay. But I will tell you this. I'm going to let John tell everybody. Last night, I saw the ad that you had at the Philly Gambler. Now, do you work that show solo every night from 8 to 11, or when do you work?
Yes, I do. 8 to 11 every night. Yep.
8 to 11, Monday through Friday. Yep. And is it mostly point spreads?
Yeah,
I've never been fortunate. Do you have guests, or do you just basically do the show on your own?
I usually have 2 or 3 guests each show, and then after that, just all me.
Okay, and do you go into the station, or do you still do it from home?
No, in studio. Fine. Yeah, we've been in studio.
Isn't that now?
It's great. Yeah.
So you do it from in studio. Who's your producer?
Me.
You do everything.
Everything.
So you run the board?
Yep. Run the board.
Where did you learn this?
Where did I learn?
Where'd you go to school?
I went to East Carolina. For.
Oh, you're a pirate. That's right.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
All right.
Surprised you know that. That's well done.
Which leads me to believe now, for Rookie of the Year, Trevor Lawrence has to be the odds-on favorite. Am I right or wrong?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay, does it concern you about his hamstring?
No.
It doesn't concern you at all. You think they're just playing coy, they're taking it easy. You think Urban Meyer, because now it's the time you're going to put in. A lot of people are going to put Rookie of the Year ballot. I'm just telling everybody now, don't put Justin Fields as the main guy to win Rookie of the Year.
No, can't.
You have to have somebody that you're sure is going to start. Yes. Number one. Yes. Trevor Lawrence is the overall favorite. Why is he the overall favorite? Because everybody knows, okay, that he is going to start. Am I right or wrong? Period.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean there's better players out there, okay? That there may not be a better rookie out there, okay? But wouldn't you say, John, that's probably money? It's like he's minus 175, 200 right now, I think.
Is he really? It's up that high?
Well,
I know I saw it around even when it first came out.
I think he's climbing. Maybe if you could check real quick on
Yeah, let me do that. Yep, I'll check it. But he's the prodigy.
He's going to have the ball. He's going to beat Joe Burrows.
Yes.
That's what he's basically going to be.
Well, yeah, that's what people get. It's like, oh, well, you can find another quarterback, like Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, I don't think would have won Rookie of the Year if Joe Burrow was healthy. If Joe Burrow was healthy, he was by far running away with Rookie of the Year because he completely changed that Cincinnati Bengals organization. And so, I mean, it's just these guys are number one picks for a reason.
Herbert did a pretty good job. I understand.
Had a great
Burrow had him in the right direction. Let me put Cincinnati that way. Burrow had him in the right direction. There's no question. And before he got hurt. Now, it's good. I guess he's fully rehabbed. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Cincinnati's going to be really interesting this season. Definitely.
Who are you hearing the most chatter about before we get to our picks? Which team are you hearing the most chatter about? I'll tell you mine, okay? Before we make, I'm hearing Washington Redskins.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of that.
Falling in love with the Washington Redskins, and I'm here to tell you when that happens. When that happens with Fitzpatrick as your quarterback, and I know he's been good. When that happens, so would you say we're on the same wavelength with the Washington Redskins?
Yeah. Mike North, I'll ask you this: how many playoff games has Ryan Fitzpatrick started?
Geez, I don't even know, John. That's just
That's a big fat zero. That's a none. That's a zilps. That's a
yeah.
nada. There's nothing. The guy's never been to the playoffs. And you want and everybody wants me to believe that Ryan Fitzpatrick is the guy that all of a sudden is the quarterback that can get them over the hump into the playoffs and has this division leading team. Come on. I just
That's
don't.
a very good explanation. People fall in love with Jay Cutler in Chicago. We'll be with you in the picks in a minute.
People love the unknown. People love the backup quarterback.
Well, yeah, Jay Cutler won one game against Green Bay. He was like 1-12. I'm sorry. And Trubisky takes a beating. He was 57-57, and he made $118 million, and people love him in Chicago. It's a mystery to me. But what's not a mystery is our picks. Another winning day yesterday. That's what we do, folks. First of all, I'm insulted. I'm peeved. That's an old school word. I'm upset. I don't know who's pitching. All I know is this. The Cubs are beating the New York Mets straight up tonight, but I might take them on the money line, my friend, which would be, or the run line, excuse me. Take them on the money line plus the 130. Who knows what it is against the New York Mets. They beat them tonight. And if you want to take the run line, your turn, my friend. I decided to go first because you went first yesterday.
I'm going to start with the White Sox. They're going up against the Rays and Shane McClanahan. McClanahan's been very good in this whole season. But I like Dallas Keuchel should do okay in this matchup. But again, what I've been doing here, and this hasn't been 100% lately, but it's still been pretty good, even though it's been wacky results at times. White Sox against left-handed pitching at home. It's not been the greatest results because they've actually not done too well against left-handed starters their past few outings, but they still, in each of those games, I think except for one, still able to go over their team total and still able to win those games. So there is still something about this that's working, so I'm going to take it. And White Sox at home, good team. I mean, I like the price here.
The only thing you got to worry about is that their injuries are starting to pile up. St. Louis can't get out of their own way. Their bullpen is horrible. They haven't lived up to the expectations they were supposed to live by. Miami, a popular team to bet. Doesn't do bad for you, but tonight, St. Louis minus the 120, my friends.
Yeah, I was really looking hard at that one because I
What are you looking at, St. Louis?
Yeah, no, St. Louis. Yeah, I agree with you on that. That's not one I'll take. I'll give that one to you because I was still lukewarm, but it's good. What I'm going to go with, though, Brewers, one of the hottest teams in baseball, going against one of the worst teams in baseball at the moment. Luis Castillo is 2-9 this season. 2-9. And I know Brett Anderson is not one of the Brett Anderson's not one of the best of the Brewers pitching, but this is a team that's hot right now. Bullpen's been better. Hitting has been a lot better. And I think Brett Anderson here, minus 107 on the money line for the Brewers. That's a good price for a team that's been great at home and going up against a really bad pitcher.
All right. And tonight we got a little hoops, if I'm not mistaken, right, my friend?
Yes, we do.
Milwaukee and Brooklyn. I think we're talking, what, over, under 218, the total being something like that?
Yeah, 220 right now.
A 220, so it's still climbing?
Yeah.
Take the over 220. Take it at 218 when I took it. If it's up to you, past 220, it's up to you. I'm probably going to take it. I'm going to take the over tonight. Although last night, like the under starting to come in a little bit and stuff like that. So those are my three plays, Johnny. I got St. Louis, I got the Cubs, and I got the over in the Milwaukee game against the Brooklyn Nets.
Love it. And I was going to take Milwaukee, and I got a little scared of it, so I can't do it.
You're not scared of nothing.
I got scared of it. You know, and and you know what? Can I might do a really
scared money has no home, my friend.
I might do a terrifying, really scary, unbelievably dumb,
give me a bad
play. Because the Padres could end up crushing this guy. I get it. Chichi Gonzalez not very good, but at plus 210, and again with the way the Rockies are, you know, things can get wacky in Coors Field here. Plus 210. I want to take a shot on that price. I really do.
So give us your picks one more time real quick.
I'm going with, I got to look at it real quick. Before I do the wave, I have the White Sox money line, Brewers money line, Rockies money line.
What a show. What a show, ladies and gentlemen. We thank Win Daily. We thank Jason. We thank Johnny. We thank Sia. We thank all you folks. Make sure you pass the word around. It's the fastest 20 minutes in show business. I mean, we just jumped around the board today. Nothing particularly sticking out, so to speak. We do tackle the pertinent subjects, but we just sprayed around the infield tonight. And good luck with the picks. 3-1 yesterday, 4-3 as a team. Johnny's been on fire. Johnny comes back from vacation, and we're going to win. So long, everybody.